In order to write tests in the Java world, you will most likely be using JUnit 5. JUnit 5 is the 5th major version of the testing framework for Java and the JVM. So they say that JUnit 5 is the next generation of JUnit, and this is because from version 4 to version 5, there was a massive refactor and improvement. Now in here, I'm going to click on user guide, and you can find the link under the description of this video. So let me click on it. And right here, they give you an overview of JUnit. What is JUnit 5? So it's equal to the platform, Jupyter, and Vintage. And right here, the platform serves as the foundation for launching testing frameworks on the JVM. Then we have the Jupyter, so combination of the new programming model and extension for writing tests. So these are like the annotations that you'll see in a second. And then we have the Vintage, which is basically a test engine for running JUnit 3 and 4 based tests. So these are the older versions of JUnit. So right here, if I scroll down, you can see that we have this section, so writing tests, and have a look. So this is how you write test. So you have a class, and then you have your under test. So in this case, calculator, and then you have a method in here. So void, you give it a name, and then inside you'll be performing one or more assertions. So here you can see that assert equals, and then this is the expected value, and then the actual is when you invoke the under test class, in this case calculator.add, and then 1 + 1, and this should equal true, therefore this test will pass. So in here you have a bunch of annotations, and in here you have a bunch of annotations that you can use. So at test denotes that a method is a test method, and then you have parameterized tests, repeated tests, factory, template, display name, before each, after, before all, nested, tag, so on and so forth. And you can even disable a test as well, including timeouts. So right here, you can go and basically just read about all of this documentation. And one thing that I want to show you here before we move on is that you see that we say assert equals. So in here, this is how you perform the assertions. If I click on this tab right here, so this is where I have the assertions, and this is the class assertions for JUnit 5. And basically you can see all of these methods. So assert all, where you can pass a string, and then you can basically say assert array equals. And if I scroll down, you can see that a bunch of methods. So assert not equals, and then assert same, assert throws for exceptions, timeout, so on and so forth. So, and also assert true for booleans. So in here, what I'm going to show you is there is a better assertion library that the one JUnit 5 provides, and that is assert J. So assert J provides a rich set of assertions that improves your test code readability, and it's designed to be super easy to use within your favorite IDE. So here you can see that, for example, this is how you use it. So if I zoom in a little bit, so you can see that you import assert for J, and then you can say assert that, and then dot is equal to, and then you have methods such as assert that, and then starts with, ends with, and basically you can chain all of these, right? So the same with arrays or lists, you can say has size something, and then contains, does not contain, and also asserting, for example, exceptions. This is how you do it, so on and so forth. So I actually prefer assert J instead of the assertions provided by JUnit 5, and this is what we're going to be using in this course. So now that you know about JUnit 5 and assertions, next let me go ahead and show you how to get your first test up and running.